England at Twickenham yesterday. This 15 given a vote of confidence by Jack Rowell after the convincing win over Italy. But a much bigger test in store for the likes of Gomarsall and Sheesby, who'd starred the week before. And no Zinzan Brook, Little or Bunce in the centre, no Cronfeld or Dowd, but just about a shadow All Black side, and a first chance for an English crowd to see Christian Cullen, perhaps the most exciting runner in the modern game. A capacity crowd, commentators Bill Beaumont and Nigel Starmer-Smith.
The roar of the 75,000, the game's underway.
An interesting shot there by Andrew Mertens that normally you'd expect them to kick the ball into touch, but he was looking immediately to get his backs in play. But looking at the lineouts, England certainly have the advantage in height, and they'll be looking to exploit this.
Yes, the size of Simon Shaw, 6'9", he's opposed by Ian Jones and Robin Brooke for the All Blacks. England's throw inside the Barbarians 22. That's a lovely leap by Simon Shaw through the back row of England. About 15 metres out. Gomarsall, Rodva, great tackle by Blowers. Gomarsall again with his catch. Testing ball for Cullen, waits under the post. England there in numbers. His bounce is not particularly kindly, but is Brooke offside? It's a knock-on. And England have the penalty.
Lovely kick here by Mike Catt. And we see that the ball is knocked on there by Cullen. It's picked up in the offside position by Robin Brooke, the New Zealand second row, and that's why the referee gave the penalty.
Took his time, but measured steps and a measured kick to give England a great start with just 2 minutes played. They lead 3-0. Brooke first, and it's taken away by Rodva. England have it back to Catt. That's infield. Lomu's there. Halfway line, off he goes. Can he run through them all? Not this time. Good effort by Martin Johnson initially to stem in. Merton stands off, but it's Marshall feeding Michael Jones. One of the great open sides now blind side. Jeremiah. England covering well, tackling firmly. Marshall switch again. Stensness. A lot of space there. Gomarsall covers. Stimpson too. It's a cleverly placed ball. Cullen fast. It's still there. Gomarsall missed. Stimpson scrambled it to touch. Still pressure. Vindiri takes it quick, and Robin Brooke to score. Well, Vindiri may have perhaps still been in the field of play, but the try is given. Robin Brooke, the second row, has scored the try. There must be a question here about the position from which the ball was thrown in. He's got a foot in field, and I think the referee must have missed that.
Well, he certainly did miss it, Nigel, but he gave the try. But really, with a foot in touch there, that he should have brought him back for another line-out.
Sheesby and Rodva behind him. Shaw and Martin Johnson there, one from the tail. Worked well. Tremendous drive into the 22. Gomarsall waits. Catt looks at the drop goal. It's pulled just left. By a whisker it misses.
You see it here, just look at the New Zealand defences there that forced Catt to take the drop.
Sheesby pops it up. Gomarsall with Stimpson right side. Inside and past Randell. Powerful effort by Stimpson. 15 metres out. Catt is there at pace. Carling slips the tackle. Adebayo for the corner. Adebayo just taken out. Cullen and Stensness across. So nearly an England try here. He did well. Adebayo on the outside. Here's Stensness across, so that's a try-saving tackle. Couldn't quite reach for it as the Barbarian turned the England winger. England have the scrummage ball. Back row take it with Sheesby. Round comes Shaw, rolling it off. 10 metres out to Gomarsall. Catch. He's half through. To Glanville. It's intercepted by Jeremiah. So close again to an England score. Jeremiah just saved the day, and Marshall clears the lines. but no shortage of enterprise from England, and just missing out at that final moment, the last pass, the last touch.
And here we see that Mike had a lovely break there. Through the Glanville, just can't hold it. Jeremiah there, first thing he does, look for his forward.
Barging in the line-out, penalty, New Zealand Barbarians. So here's Mertens, try and make it 8-3. Well, no surprise in that. England have it safely there. Gomarsall now to Katz. Between winger and fullback, kicks towards Lomu, takes it, gets up a bit of speed, he's away. But the pass intercepted by Will Carling, now Adebayo. Lomu really getting up ahead of steam there. Hasn't had a great 86, he's suffered quite a few injuries and illnesses. This is Simon Shaw wrestling possession back for England. Gomarsall, Katz. Carling missed. Rather loose pass, Slighter trying to make something of it, a bit isolated. Sheesby's there in support though. Good mobility from the number 8. Gomarsall, Katz again. Chip and chase, Cullen, it's awkward one for the fullback. Unlucky as it was bounced back. There's offside. Came forward off New Zealand Barbarian. You can see how the ball came off there, the foot of Cullen and the forward. As in times of old, decide if there's a loose ball, I'll grab it. That looks good. Excellent. 8-6, 32 and a half minutes played, and England stay very much in touch. Good strike, channeled by Sheesby, away by Gomarsall. Katz, Phil de Glanville. Mertens with the cover tackle. But well set back again, Delalio to Sheesby. Storming, rampaging run again. Now to Rodber. Rodber can't get the feed. Lovely pick up by Martin Johnson. Inside the Barbarian 22. It was knocked on though. It's advantage to the Barbars. Mertens, good hands. And adventure to Stensness. Intelligent kick. Still in play. They all miss. Great pick-up, slight home. Adebayo across. That's good work from the left wing. Covering across to the right. Gomarsall. Catch. Huge pass. Carling. Up the middle for a little bit. But big man in the way. Gomarsall. England still taking it to them. England advantage, Sheesby. And no reluctance of England to take them on head first. Jason Leonard. No advantage for the initial penalty for the offside. The fact is actually indicated, I think, for going over the top about 30 seconds ago by New Zealand. And so a penalty to England and a chance here for Mike Catt to give England the lead with about a minute and a half to go of this first half.
If Catt was to kick this, then certainly I think England will be very happy to go into half-time with a lead, because for the middle 20 minutes of the half, then New Zealand has had them on the rack.
Here England have a chance to take the lead. What a great kick. Inspiration surely for Jack Rowell and his men as they come up to half-time. They lead the New Zealand Barbarians now. England 9, the Barbars 8. May not be New Zealand All Blacks, but it's pretty close to that. And England lead 9-8. The challenge laid down to them to show their class and worth against many of the best in the world. Katz with the huge kick, but not the touch he was looking for. Cullen, ever a threat. To slide, seemingly glides through tackles to Jeremiah. Jeremiah again slips a tackle, 2 tackles. And on it goes with Michael Jones. Katz taken a knock. New Zealand Barbarians run. Loose pass from Marshall. Mertens. Still Mertens. Change of pace. Here's Blowers. Blowers for the corner. No, unstoppable. Andrew Blowers for new Michael Jones on the open side. And there's telling pace and determined running.
Again, he came from a loose kick. Bad pass there by Marshall, but Mertens had got run through the heart of the English defence there. Difficult for forwards to tackle backs when they're running that quickly at them. But Blowers, once he gets it, no doubt about this one. Just look at the pace there for the young open side. No problem at all for the score.
Just 21, he's been capped twice. First against South Africa in the Tri-Nations. This is Andrew Blowers with the headgear and the handoff and the power and ultimately the glory. New Zealand again. Marshall. Good effort from Simon Shaw, doing his share of the tackling. And finally, as it goes to the ground, New Zealand Barbarians pour down on the top and concede a penalty, quickly taken by Gomarsall. Rodber to Sheesby. Steps into that characteristic Ripley-like gallop. Gomarsall again, Valalio this time, makes it available well to Katz. Katz slips it on to Glanville. They're calling for it on the near side, but Valalio goes to the right. England get ever closer through the legs of Leonard to Gomarsall. Slight home to the corner and the try. 3 in 3 games for John Slightholme. Celebrations in the stand, and Slightholme restores the lead to England in spectacular, determined style, clinical finishing this.
It's good work here by Andy Gomarsall. He goes to the blind side again, but poor defence by Jonah Lummer. He comes up his line and he gives Slightholme the run into the line to the word Lummer. No, he should have stayed out with Slightholme, but doesn't he take this well? Gets down low, drives in over. He's had a good game this afternoon.
There's good vision here by Gomarsall, and the power of Slightholme defeating the efforts of Christian Cullen. No problem. For the man who actually didn't play any rugby till he was more than 15, so those of you who haven't taken up the sport yet, matters not. There's plenty of time, whether you're at a rugby playing school or no. So England tails up, a point ahead. Rodber, not the first good line-out ball he's won. Roundtree, drafting hard. Katz. Knocked back clever by de Glanville. Back inside the 22. England storming through again. Katz. Shaw. Just recovered it. 7 metres out. Gomarsall, de Glanville. Lots of red shirts that way. Sheesby wrestling like a prize fighter. Within 5. The drive on by Leonard. Still there for Gomarsall to Katz. Long feed, Dallaglio, man over, Carling. Yes, Simpson. What timing of a pass by Carling. A double whammy for England. The follow-up of Slightholme's try by Simpson with his first for England.
See Mike out there, Lawrence Dallaglio, great hands there, but Carling the strength here, but Simpson, good angle of run there, running straight onto the ball. Great try.
Don't underestimate this man, Carlos Spencer. We've a final quarter to play as Robin Brooke breaks off the line out. Past Dallaglio, the set-up outside England's 22. Mika. Spencer, back goes Adebayo, but there's already a penalty call, advantage being played. referee Clayton Thomas have been playing advantage from is the reason. And the crowd disappointed, because here's a chance to level it if Sean Fitzpatrick decides to use the kicker. Well, he's just lost Andrew Mertens. So here's the first touch of the ball for Carlos Spencer, giving New Zealand Barbarians the chance to make it 19-all. Cool as you like with his first kick. It's 19 apiece. 83 internationals. Sean Fitzpatrick, captain of New Zealand since '92. And he'll not concede this till the final whistle is blown. Carlos Spencer, dummies to Jeremiah. Lomu on the switch pass, the reverse. Again, the multiplicity of skills out wide. That's a knock on. And it's going to be an offside decision against England.
Whilst the crowd would be disappointed, and certainly it looked as though Lawrence Delalio had pinched a couple of yards there, and I think the referee Clayton Thomas was quite right.
Spencer's kick is there with no mistake, and New Zealand lead 22-19. Less than 7 minutes to go. Here comes Mika. Marshall, Vindiri, the battering ram roll, held by Cat. Weston Marshall again. Spencer, flicked off an England player. Gomarsall in cover. Over the halfway, but no escape route. New Zealand ever more determined, even in Barbarian colours. Kick through by Stensness. England try to recover the ball. They need it desperately. But New Zealand have it again. Lomu. Marshall away. Spencer looks for a gap. Takes it. Spencer, what a solo effort. This is a brilliant individual score. There's the talent we talked about. Absolutely sensational.
As you said, Nigel, sensational was it. Just look there. His dummies inside, and the step up the right foot there leads Andy Gomarsall. And in the race to the line, there's only going to be one winner, Carlos Spencer. What an impact he's had since he's come on the field.
Vindiri trips as he came inside. Osborne still waits as Marshall feeds wide. Spencer, Stensness. Lomu now. Slight home handled up. Simpson bounced away. Inside is Cullen. Great cover from de Glanville. New Zealand Barbarians not satisfied yet, nor to England. Gomarsall's kick rebounds. Was it off Stensness? Vindiri feeds to Robin Brooke. Wide now to Ian Jones. Here's Vindiri to score, to wrap it up in style.
There's no stopping here. Just look at the ball handling skills there. 2 second rows there made the pass to Vindiri, and once he was on the outside, no stopping him at all.
So this England side isn't lying down. De Glanville, Cat once more, and again the skipper. Phil de Glanville, beautiful sleight of hand. Can he make it all the way? Phil de Glanville past Marshall, looks for support, not quite to hand. Up comes Roundtree. Can England have the last word? Stensness though to clear it. England's final effort, valiant indeed. A spirited England, they've come out with credit. But we must ultimately salute the magnificent New Zealand Barbarians.
Yeah, certainly I was delighted with the commitment of the team. I think our attitude to the game is exceptional. We said beforehand we're trying to develop our game, and we see probably in that game there were 2 or 3 times where we got to 3rd or 4th phase and we ran out of players really.
It's nice to come back here and win at Twickenham. But I think it's hard to assess. They're obviously rebuilding, got a new captain, some new players involved, and they're trying to rebuild. We've been through that. and now we've got a fairly established team that's performing. But I think it's going to take maybe a while for them to find the ideal mix of players, and maybe by the end of the Five Nations they'll be set up for 97.
Obviously from last week they saw me as a player who likes to break, and they didn't give me a chance this week, and every time I touched the ball they hit me very hard.
It was a good game, and delighted with what England tried to do and on occasion succeeded. We're playing very positive football this year, and that's a credit to all of them.
One of the great open sides now blind side. Jeremiah. England covering well, tackling firmly. Marshall switch again. Stensness. A lot of space there. Gomarsall covers. Stimson too. It's a cleverly placed ball. Cullen fast. It's still there. Gomarsall missed. Stimson scrambled it to touch. Still pressure. Vindiri takes it quick, and Robin Brook to score. Well, Vindiri may have perhaps still been in the field of play, but the try is given. Robin Brook, the second row, has scored the try. There must be a question here about the position from which the measured steps and a measured kick to give England a great start with just 2 minutes played. They lead 3-0. Brook first, but it's taken away by Rodber. England have it back to catch. That's infield. Lomu's there. Halfway line, off he goes. Can he run through them all? Not this time. Good effort by Martin Johnson initially to stem in. Merton stands off, but it's Marshall feeding Michael Jones.
England at Twickenham yesterday, this 15 given a vote of confidence by Jack Rowell after the convincing win over Italy, but a much bigger test in store for the likes of Gomarsall and Sheesby, who'd starred the week before. And no Zinzan Brook, Little or Bunce in the centre, no Cronfeld or Dowd, but just about a shadow All Black side, and a first chance for an English crowd to see Christian Cullen, perhaps the most exciting runner in the modern game. A capacity crowd, commentators Bill Beaumont and Nigel Starmer-Smith.
The roar of the 75,000, the game's underway.
An interesting shot there by
Gomarsall again with his catch. Testing ball for Cullen, waits under the post. England there in numbers. His bounce is not particularly kindly, but is Brook offside? It's a knock-on. And England have the penalty.
Lovely kick here by Mike Catt. And we see that the ball is knocked on there by Cullen. He's picked up in the offside position by Robin Brook, the New Zealand second row, and that's why the referee gave the penalty. Andrew Mertens, that normally you'd expect them to kick the ball into Judge, but he was looking immediately to get his backs in play. But looking at the lineouts, England certainly have the advantage in height, and they'll be looking to exploit this.
Yes, the size of Simon Shaw, 6'9". He's opposed by Ian Jones and Robin Brook for the All Blacks. England's throw inside the Barbarians 22. That's a lovely leap by Simon Shaw. Through the back row come England. About 15 metres out. Gomarsall, Rodber, great tackle by Blow.